everyone, and welcome back to Century Countess. And this is part 3 of the Countess's Jewels. We're just about at our end with the jewelry show, and I guess we shall begin. So without further ado, let's begin. This piece right here is a little headband. A jeweled headband with a little decorative floral and feathery piece. I wore this with a flapper costume from an online store called Unique Vintage. It was a beautiful peachy gold and mother of pearl gown with lots of sequins and fringe. And I was lucky to find this headpiece because it's the exact same color scheme as the dress, so it was a match made in heaven. Here I have some chopsticks that are metallic blue at the end with the little rhinestones and a nice shiny black. I use these very rarely for more of a modern headpiece or an Asian inspired influence costume. Let's see, also I have this. I don't wear this very often. In fact, I'm surprised that I still have this. Oh shoot. My bad, almost lost the camera there. Or the mobile camera, I should say. So anyway, going back, yes, I haven't worn this pen in a long time. It's for hair, but I'm thinking about converting it into a hat pin. I think it would be more regal and maybe giving it some more bling because this is a little too simple, plus it looks a little crooked. Now's the time I show you my rings. So we'll start with the more casual one. This one is more Halloweenish. It was given to me by a friend. A skull with one ruby eye and what looks like a patch band with a star that has a red ruby, and the band has red and blue stones. Oh, let's see, and there's some stones on the side, some red stones, and no stones over here. This one is a stone that has, I think, little tiny stones here that are silverish white and a nice purple. Let me give you a close-up. This is a ring that I believe was on an Avon ad given to me from a friend, the Avon ad that is, and I found this ring at a Goodwill. And I thought, that looked very similar to the ring that I saw, so I decided to get it, and it cost me only $7. A couple of bucks less than the ring that was in the Avon magazine. This one is a simple black ring. I thought a simple black ring to go with multiple rings that I was going to wear on my hand when I did Elizabeth I. I thought a simple black ring would pop a little bit more. I've also worn this ring several other times, but it's been a while since I've worn it. Here is another pink ring. It's slightly similar to the purple stone one. Not too flashy, miniature pink stones around a larger, lighter pink stone. Let me there we go. And I've had this ring for a couple of years. I think it was given to me back in 2014. Very simple, no stones, just little drilled designs. Now this one is my mother's ring. It's the only item of hers that I own. I do not wear this ring. I wear it on a gold chain around my neck whenever I perform. Because I'm worried that if I put it on, it might be lost. Also, I make sure that this ring is in a lock and key safe, especially with company, because you never know. Now I will be sharing with you some of my brooches. This one was from another Value Village. This one came from the Value Village in Ballard. It closed, I want to say this year, earlier this year, or late of last year. And it attracted my eye probably 7 feet away because it was so huge and very flashy. I've seen Renaissance portraits with stones very similar. I don't know how old this stone is, but the bigger the better. I mean, literally. Wouldn't you agree? The next two items I want to show you are these. So this one was a gift from a friend who was leaving state. They're actually going back to their husband's country, I believe. They were getting married or they were retiring back to their country. And she gave me this brooch. And I've treasured it ever since. I think I've worn it in my last performance at the place that I used to perform. I will not give out the name of the location because I will not sponsor them or support them in any way. Now, this brooch was not my present trip, but my last trip to Reno. It was a gift from a friend who was traveling with me on our road trip vacation to Reno. Now, this next brooch is from my recent trip to Reno, and I just smudged it with my fingerprints after I just washed it, so it's not as sparkly as it was. This one is a brooch that came from the 1930s or 1940s, so it's vintage, but it has that look, that period look. It could go Renaissance-y, it could be Elizabethan. I mean, very flashy. And like I just said earlier, flashier the better. Now we're going to be on to the silver section, the silver and crystal rhinestone. Nothing gold, nothing color, just pure silver, or white or rhinestoney. So our first exhibit is this beautiful necklace. Let me move back. I saw a necklace similar on one of my favorite YouTubers, and I basically looked up large rhinestone until I found something very similar to what she was wearing, but I wanted a little bit of attitude. So this one, I did mention earlier that there will be no gold, but I just noticed that there is some gold setting. So this will be our last necklace to show off. It is quite big. It is a little bit heavy and not as expensive as I thought. It was about $12 or $13, 14 if you add the tax. But it's one of my favorites and my most recent purchase. I want to say like this year, some earlier this year. It was intended for a San Francisco Pride trip, but that was canceled thanks to COVID. Now I will show you the last two rings of our jewelry collection. This one is recent. This one was also intended for the San Francisco Pride event, but it was never given a chance to display its full glory. It's something that I normally would not have grabbed, but it was very flashy. and I was attracted to it. And also, it has this unique stretchy um, band, so it's a lot more easier to slip on and resize without worrying about breaking the band or it pinching you. This next one is also a adjustable band that's stretchy. This is more period. This is more me. Um, this ring I also got from the Ballard Value Village before they closed. And like that brooch from earlier, it was one of my last purchases. We will end our brooch collection and our earring collection at the same time. I will first show you my smallest teardrop rhinestone earrings. These are when I'm not in the mood to wear pearl. They're very similar to my teardrop pearl earrings. They are, I call them push pin earrings. I don't know the proper name, believe it or not, instead of my hook-ons. And these are the only danglings that I can wear. I mean, if I wore anything larger than this and they weren't hooks, they just fall off my ears. So these ones are tolerable for my ears, and they will not fall and I will not lose them. Here is another set of earrings. Here, let me remove one. Be easier to show you without the second. So here is my newest earrings. These ones I purchased earlier this year, again for the San Fran Pride. And this brooch, I just realized, looks very similar to the earrings, so I decided to set it up as a set. You wear it like this slightly, and you wear it either as a brooch or, a brooch for your belt or waist strap to make your outfit more flashy. And please forgive that noise. That's somebody either texting me or some sort of ad that's popping up. Now, I got these for, I think, $1 each. They are stretchy bracelets, so they're sizable for my wrist. I can't wear them for too long because eventually they start strangling my wrist and that gets irritated. They're twin sets. You can wear them either on both wrists or you can put them together to double up the bling. I last wore these for an event. I think it was my New Year's for my first debut performance that I found it in my apartment building. And then I was also planning to wear them for San Fran Bride. I had to remove the tripod from the mobile film, because this piece is very delicate. I need to repair it. This is a clip-on circlet. It is one of my favorites, but as I said, it's very delicate. Otherwise, I would have held it up properly or displayed it on the head mannequin that's coming up in our next few sequences. This is one of my more flashier pieces. It is one of my favorites as well, and I like how it has a sort of owl look. I mean, here's the owl's eyes, the little beak, his little feathers, and then it looks like he's flying. You could also mistake it for a moth in a way. Here are the pinchers that you secure it with to the hair. And I would basically pull at the latch a little bit, yeah. So you just slide it through the hair and there you go. I will end the video with two more pieces. This is my slide-in comb tiara. I wear it for my more Ediporian look. And then this piece is meant to be worn in the back. Here's basically the front that slides in, and it's curved so it takes the shape of the back of the head. It rests basically in the back of the head. I can't remember how much this was, but I know it was under $12. And then I added these little stones right here to give it a more flashier look. That about wraps it up for our Countess Jewels display part 3. In our last sequence, I will be talking about the crowns, including my latest and most favoritist one. See you soon.